just checking in. Special announcement. So, being in the space that I'm in, this is like a week late with this announcement, but I've changed the name from Seaside Jet Clothing to the Elevated Xscapes collection. And what is the reason behind the name change? Honestly, I just thought it hit better, to be honest. And I feel like it just connects the idea a little better. And I feel like the Elevated Xscapes collection has, more potential to pop off based off of the name, Seaside Jet Clothing was cool to me. I didn't even consult with nobody about this. I just kind of made the switch. I was like looking at, so my coaching, they had us do a word log of like what our brand means. And I think that was a good exercise. But like all of a sudden I did some word log and I was like, Elevated Xscapes. Now, of course, I did my research, and it's a lot of, establishments that say Elevated Xscapes, but you know me, I had to niggify it real quick, put that 8 and that X in there, you heard. And you know what I'm saying? That's the vibe we rolling with. So Elevated Xscapes collection, that's the new vibe we rolling with. Y'all be on the lookout for that. I already got samples coming in, so very excited. We'll keep y'all updated on that. Please like and subscribe, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Yo, what's happening, guys? So currently it's about 3:54 p.m. I gotta work tonight, so I'm doing overnight. But before I go, I'm finna drive out to Marietta and link up with one of the film homies, Cruz, and I'm gonna help him set up his set. And and you're probably wondering, like, what does this have to do with Seaside Jet Clothing? Like, this is just me collaborating. I'll say that this is somebody that, like, I've been a collaborator with and, like, somebody I've worked with for a while. I've known Cruz since, like, 2018. So, worked together on a lot of projects with Cruz, did a lot of good work. And, Cruz, he's an independent filmmaker, so he has his own production company, Black Noise Productions. Been having that business relationship. Essentially, he's like family, to say the least. I'll be going out today right now to go help him out on set, and just dipping my toe back in that film production space.
Yeah, it's a good workout, and all the time. Excuse me.
Sorry. I was trying to figure out my route.
So
I just wanted to see you guys at least get started.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll see you.
And plus, we were late, so. All right, can you set up another one of these?
you want to set it up on this C-stand right here?
Yep, that's the one.
Oh, these are new. Yo, so I'm on set with Cruz, and it just got me thinking about this conversation that was had on Instagram by Marlo Desire. I'm gonna tag him. He's a filmmaker. I want to say he out from Baltimore, but basically talking about collaboration and how that collabing is a spiritual process. So I'll touch on that later. But Cruz is somebody who I've worked under for years and collaborated with for years. So again, this is my first time being on set in about I want to say since 2023, since we went to LA, or maybe it was the church. Either way, it feels good to be back on set. How does this apply to Seaside Jet Clothing? We are collaborators, we are creators at Seaside Jet Clothing, so the creative aspect, you know, me diving in on that daily process, I feel like is imperative. Wow, I need to change the exposure. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's happening? What's happening? What's up? What's up? First of all, shout out to them Ravens. You heard me? Yeah, got that win today against Chicago. Finally, we was looking crazy out here, right? 1-5. Now we 2-5, and now we play Miami on Thursday. So we gonna see about it. Shout out to Snoop Huntley getting it done. This ain't a sports vlog, but you know, I just had to put on for the whole town squad real quick, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys, you heard me? Shout out to them Ravens, boy, you heard? Shout out to Carson down in Pensacola for the shirt. Y'all check out Carson on Thrift. I don't even know the name of it. I'll drop it in the damn description. But yeah. Yeah, man, so as far as Seaside Jet Clothing is concerned, yeah, man, we got some updates. So I just paid for a second sample. The sample that I did, that I reviewed with you guys in the last video, them joints shrunk. We did the wash test and them shirts shrunk a lot, like. So the shirts that I got originally were large and extra large, and they're right behind me right there. But them joints look like some halter tops right now. Like I could put that joint on and you'd be like, damn, like damn, them joints strong. So had to go back, make some revisions. So hopefully this next go around the shirts is what looking like how they need to look. So already paid for that. Those should be on the way. Diving into this course, it's been cool. Been on these calls, learning a lot during the calls, but you know, it's been some technical difficulties as far as, you know, getting revisions on some of the work, some of the homework. And yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'm just you know, I just want to start my brand, dude. You know, like I want to get it rolling. Somebody might ask me like, yo, what made you want to start a clothing line, a clothing brand? I was like, man, I mean, it's just been something that's been on my mind for a long time, you know. And it's just another way to be creative at the end of the day. I'm a creative at heart, and, you know, yeah, like I think God puts visions and gifts and talents into our mind and heart and spirit, and he wants us to bring those to fruition. So that's currently a part of my mission now. I'm working my day job. I feel like my day job, I'm blessed to have my day job, first off. But I feel like my day job could be a launch pad into potentially blowing this brand up, blowing Seaside Jet Clothing up into, you know, something that is a household name, something that's reputable. Something that we can build a community around and build quality garments around, and then you know, yeah, just be able to, you know, carve out a lane and you know, make a statement or you know, just make an impact, make a positive impact out here. So that's the goal. Last week I was on Instagram, like all of us are. And I came across somebody that I follow, a filmmaker I follow, Marlo Desire, his conversation on collaboration being a spiritual journey, and just referencing the tidbits that were on his IG story. You know, he said different energies syncing to bring something into the physical means, you know, therefore collaboration is a spiritual journey. Trust and emotions in one single force. The best collabs feel like a flow of energy, and that's something that I can attest to. everything brings a different kind of energy. Great collabs can leave you with a high. So I'll start by saying I've had some great collabs since moving down here in Atlanta. Working with different artists, different creatives, different musicians. First of all, shout out to Dynasty. That's my friends now. You know what I'm saying? So Daniel the Messenger, CJ the Great, even though Sierra's not associated with Dynasty at this point, but Sierra Shantae, that was some of the best collabs that I felt like I had thus far working as a creative. I would say Rochelle Bloom is also one too. We've had some great collabs. We've made some great stuff, and I can attest to that, man. It's definitely working with them feels like a flow. It feels like I'm working with my friends. Feels like I'm working with people that I enjoy being around, who like outside of video work or whatever. Like, yeah, we can hang out. We can get a drink, there's some other artists that I would love to work with. I think we would work well with, the thing about trust and emotions in one single force, like I could see that, I definitely feel like, I trust them as artists and us working together over time, they trust me and they see my vision and we've been able to come up with some good things, working even before like coming down to Atlanta, I had some good collaborations at times, so when I look back on my Instagram, when I look back on my Instagram feed, there was some potential for other collaborations that probably didn't take place that I felt like probably could have been further explored. Shout out to the Street Meet DC people. They created a hub where like people could come through, do videos, do photography. I think I was the first video that they posted up there, so like that was a big deal for me at the time. Shout out to Street Meet DC, Vice Viries and Chris Stan. It was some good people up there. Marsh Jones, he has great photos. We never collab, but yeah, good dude. Go check out his page. True collaboration requires vulnerability. When everybody is honest, everyone is in alignment, and that's when everything moves according to plan. I mean, again, just touching on that, good collaborations. I think that in regards to this clothing line, again, I want to establish my own lane, my own angle, and that's the goal. Establish your own lane, your own angle, your own community, your own unique angle, lane, and community. And then when the time is right, and like there's a certain alignment with whomever decides, hey, that would be a good collaboration, that partnership can start or begin. I think throughout my creative journey, it's like I just learned, I gotta be honest, man, I've been opportunistic at times, definitely was trying to get a few dollars in my pocket with some of the videos that I previously have shot. And I ain't gonna say no names on who, didn't have good interactions with these people, and sometimes the bad interaction would come later after the project was done. But yeah, it was those were lessons, it's just lessons, and I do feel like a bad collaboration, people that aren't aligned or their values aren't aligned, or hey, you just went and did this for money, and now it's like, well, now your name is attached to something that is not authentic to you. So what does that say about you? That says a lot. That damages your credibility as an artist, as a creative. And at 32, I'm just learning this. It's like, man, like I've been creating for a while. And, I guess I never really took the time to just introspect on, why certain things were happening. I was always, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. Like always trying to make sure the bills was paid, and trying to chase my dream. And it's like in the midst of chasing these dreams and trying to move forward in a positive direction to make these dreams manifest. It's like, yeah, I've had some pitfalls as far as collabing with people that maybe I should not collab with, and yeah, I definitely think that I've taken a long hiatus from shooting. I think the last thing that I shot was April, music video wise, was April, was that 2023? Maybe? It was the Everybody Chill video. I'll drop that in the Everybody Chill video with Daniel, which Daniel's good people, man. I think like we brought out the red cameras, we collabed with some people on Daniel's end, and like I'm gonna just be honest, like it wasn't the best experience for me. Yeah, the one thing that he put a button on it with, he said, not everyone is playing with a sound mind and pure heart, and that some things that are always deeper underneath the surface. Things can always evolve. Some projects don't land right because of collaborations, and I just I can touch all my negative experiences with collaborations and just like how I would want to move forward as a creative, right? Even though I'm gonna be in the clothing brand space and the streetwear space moving forward, like how do I want to, absorb those lessons from the filmmaking space, from the creative space in that arena, and then bring them into the clothing brand space and the successfully collab when the time is right, and to execute when those collaborations come around, starting off, I don't see myself collaborating for a little while. I think it's more important for me to just build my brand and to have my angle and to establish myself as a brand to be taken seriously first. And then when the time is right, we can collab when it makes sense, how it makes sense with the right people. And I'll probably be better about navigating that when the time is right. But we got a lot of work to do before we get to that. So again, just thought that was an interesting note, man. To all the creatives out there, just things to keep in mind. Y'all go check out Marlo Desire's page. He's doing good work out here. And yeah, go check out my page, man. Seaside Jet Clothing. We getting this thing started, and I just invite you guys to join the journey and check out all the things we're gonna come up with.